Well, it's no secret, it's become a lot harder for Australians to get into the property market. But now a new book is helping everyday families to find the financial freedom that comes with owning an investment property.
Author and buyer's agent Lloyd Edge has unlocked the best strategies to take advantage of rising prices in 2025. Positively Geared is described as the property investment Bible with tips for understanding today's market. Property expert Lloyd Edge joins us live. Nice to see you. Welcome back.
Good morning.
Looking at the year ahead, what do you think we can expect from the property market?
I think the first thing that people are looking forward to is potential interest rate cuts.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are thinking about February. I'm thinking maybe about May. But once May hits, then people's serviceability will get a little bit higher because interest rates will come back. People will have a little bit more money to buy property. So that's a positive thing for the markets.
Yeah. But doesn't then the market go up a bit because suddenly...
Yeah, potentially, absolutely.
Yeah. So prices of homes may go up when interest rates come down?
Yeah, 100%. But think of that, if you buy, especially if you're buying an investment, there's about 15,000 suburbs in Australia, so you could think of that as 15,000 different property markets, so they don't all move at the same time.
Okay.
So really getting into different markets that you can afford, maybe ones that haven't yet boomed, it might be a good opportunity for you.
Still well and truly in this cost of living crisis, no doubt about it. People with little savings or no savings think this type of thing, getting into a property is completely out of my reach, but you tell a different story.
Yeah, 100%. I think a lot of people think that they need to buy, close to home, or if they're living in a capital city like Sydney or Brisbane, that is out of their reach. But I think I like to encourage rent vesting, which is where you can live where you need to live and rent, and then buy an investment property that's more affordable in another maybe a regional town where it's cheaper. And you can get good properties there for maybe 400, 500,000. So you might have a $40,000 or $50,000 deposit that'll actually get you into those type of markets. So you're into the property market at a much cheaper
And the rent returns are good in those areas generally?
The rental yields are much higher than what you get in the capital city. So in terms of cash flow, it's much better, which is essentially what I talk about a lot in my book. And
Positively Geared.
Yeah,
exactly. So what are some of the strategies people can use to secure their first investment?
So certainly understanding the markets, doing some research, looking far and wide, getting away from the capital cities. And then when you're looking
Can I ask you about that? Because some people are nervous to invest in areas which they know nothing about. 100%. So you would urge caution?
I do urge caution, but I do think that doing a lot of reading, so reading books, listening to podcasts, and then speaking to experts in those areas. Now, real estate agents themselves don't always give you the best insights because they might have vested interests. So maybe talking to property experts or buyers agents who look after a particular area might be able to help you as well in those areas. But you need to know those, the sales prices, so that when you get into a market that you're not paying too much, and look at the negotiation on a property.
And some other strategies, have you got there for us?
Yeah, so I think definitely having a budget in place is really important because often people don't understand where their money is going, and if you can actually put a budget planner there and try to save a lot, because when you're getting a loan from the banks these days are really looking at where all your money's going, and they'll come down on your expenses. So try to get rid of those extra Uber Eats and the extra night outs and things like that, and try to put that into savings, cut down on how much you're spending maybe 3 to 6 months before you actually go for a loan.
Okay. You've created this step-by-step toolkit for landlords to make use of. How do we make an investment property work long-term if you're a landlord?
Yeah, so what's really important to remember that when you buy an investment property, you also become a landlord. So one of the mistakes a lot of people make is that they think they can manage the property themselves, which doesn't really make sense, particularly if the property isn't anywhere near them. You really need someone who's going to look after the property, be able to get tenants, look after the tenants, get the right tenants. They look after paying your rent and everything. The other mistake people make is they try to get the cut down on the commission that they want to pay the property manager. So you really need to pay them the right sort of commission so that you're paying a fair rate for what you're getting and everything.
So they look after the place, right?
Yeah, 100%. So, and they'll organise repairs and things on the property. And over the long term, looking after your tenants and looking after the property is really important. So I always like to make sure that we're keeping it up to date. So maybe painting, putting new carpets in when need be. I send my tenants a Christmas card at Christmas just to sort of thank them for being a landlord, for being a tenant.
Good tenant, yeah. All really good advice, and there is more of it in Lloyd's new book, which is called Positively Geared, and the book is available right now. That's what it looks like. Thanks, Lloyd.
Good on you, Lloyd. Thank you, mate.